Speaking for myself, I always like to be able to rely upon things that I know will always work when I need them. Now, it just so happens one of those tools, if you will, is my knowledge of the history of the real estate cycle. You see, what it allows me to do is to cut through the noise like we're seeing at the moment, where two of the biggest, richest billionaires in the world are having an online spat like they were 10-year-olds in a schoolyard. It allows me this space and time to be able to identify the key turning points that I should be expecting in the future should the real estate cycle repeat on time. Now, today I've read a newsletter to you about this fact. I do believe that I'm sensing we have yet another one of these massive turning points for the real estate cycle upon us. In brief, as the news relating to the economy slowly starts to get worse and worse, we as a society also start to ignore it. We're more infatuated with, like I said, a couple of billionaires fighting on social media or other stuff that takes our minds off the fact that the underlying economy is starting to crumble underneath our feet. It ends up being a divergence, if you will, between what we really care about, the things we want to spend our money on, but on the other side of the coin, the fact that the very fabric of our economy and thus our society is slowly starting to break down. And it gets to a point where we can no longer stop that divergence. It ultimately results in a future peak, then bust of the land markets. So in this week's newsletter, I've detailed my thoughts about why I think that turning point has now arrived. You'll find that newsletter below the video in the description box. All you need to do is click, read it, enjoy, like and subscribe to the videos too if you enjoy getting these every week. This is a critical time now for those of us who study the cycle, particularly for the timing. I've detailed to you in the past that GFC2 is probably on its way now. And I've also mentioned the mania or the winner's curse of the real estate cycle to you as well, where credit creation and speculation goes way over the top. But it has to start somewhere. That's the key to knowing the timing and how long you've got left before things turn really bad. I think in this newsletter, I've detailed just such a turning point for you. Whether you believe it or not is up to you, but what you really need to do is start thinking about it. All right, well, thanks again for your time. Always enjoy catching up with you like this, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.